What's up everyone? Welcome back to Stock Predictor, the place where smart investing meets real-world strategy. Today's video is going to be absolutely packed, because we're breaking down the 5 stocks you should buy heavy before January 1, 2026. These are high-conviction plays, backed by strong fundamentals, real earnings power, and powerful macro trends that will continue shaping the world over the next several years. I've done the deep dive so you don't have to, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why each of these companies deserves a place in a long-term portfolio, especially heading into 2026. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed to Stock Predictor so you never miss the analysis that actually matters. Now let's jump straight into the picks. No fluff, no hype, just real research and clear reasoning. The first stock you should consider buying heavy before 2026 is Nvidia. At this point, Nvidia isn't just a stock, it's an entire movement. It is the backbone of artificial intelligence, machine learning, autonomous systems, high-performance computing, and data center operations. What makes Nvidia so powerful heading into 2026 is that its dominance isn't simply based on hype, it's based on real demand from nearly every major sector. The AI boom is not slowing down. In fact, companies everywhere are still in the early stages of building out the infrastructure needed to run AI models. That means massive demand for NVIDIA GPUs, networking hardware, and software platforms like CUDA. Data centers around the world are upgrading, expanding, and racing to keep up with AI workloads, and NVIDIA is capturing the lion's share of that spending. Their margins remain industry-leading, their partnerships are expanding, and they continue to set the standard in chip innovation. By 2026, AI will be far bigger than it is today, and NVIDIA will still be at the center of it. This is why long-term investors continue to buy dips and hold strong. The story is nowhere near over. NVIDIA remains one of the most important companies on the planet, and buying heavy before 2026 is a move many smart investors are already making. The second stock to buy heavy before 2026 is Meta Platforms. Meta is going through one of the strongest business transformations in modern tech history. After cutting costs, restructuring, and focusing on efficiency, Meta is now producing some of the strongest free cash flow numbers in the entire S&P 500. What's most impressive is how rapidly their advertising business has recovered. Their ad targeting has improved dramatically thanks to AI, and we've seen this reflected in higher revenue per user and stronger advertiser demand. But Meta's future doesn't just stop at ads. They are building the next generation of AI systems, the mixed reality ecosystem through Quest, and massive infrastructure investments such as data centers. The company continues to dominate social media through Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Reels, and their daily active user numbers remain unmatched. What makes Meta a heavyweight buy before 2026 is the combination of 3 things: consistent revenue growth, aggressive cost efficiency, and one of the most advanced AI research teams in the world. As new revenue streams come online, such as AI assistants, generative AI tools, and business messaging, Meta will be positioned for another multi-year growth cycle. Investors who understand the long-term picture are stacking shares now, not waiting for 2026 to arrive. The third stock to buy heavy is Amazon. Amazon is one of those companies that moves in long cycles, and right now it's in the early stages of a massive growth comeback. What a lot of people overlook is that Amazon is no longer just an e-commerce company. Its real power lies in Oz, Amazon Web Services. Oz controls a massive share of global cloud computing, and the demand for cloud infrastructure is growing rapidly as businesses shift more and more operations online. As AI adoption rises, companies need more cloud power, more storage, more compute, and more hosting infrastructure. Oz is perfectly positioned to capture that demand. Outside of AWS, Amazon's advertising business is also exploding. Amazon Ads is becoming one of the most profitable segments inside the company because advertisers want access to real buyer intent, not just social impressions. And Amazon controls the world's largest digital storefront. On top of that, the company is becoming more efficient, cutting costs, improving margins, and modernizing logistics. Their same-day shipping initiative is transforming the customer experience and giving Amazon an advantage no other company in the world can match. Between AWS growth, ads expansion, and better operating efficiency, Amazon is set for major growth heading into 2026. This is one of the strongest long-term buys in the entire market. The fourth stock you should buy heavy before 2026 is Microsoft. There's a reason almost every major fund manager continues to rank Microsoft as a top long-term holding. The company is diversified, stable, innovative, and strategically positioned in almost every major tech trend today. Microsoft is the largest enterprise software company in the world, the second largest cloud provider through Azure, and one of the biggest players in AI thanks to its partnership with OpenAI. Their integration of AI into Office, Windows, GitHub, Teams, and the entire Microsoft ecosystem is unlocking new revenue streams and increasing subscription value. Corporate adoption of AI tools is still in the early stages, and Microsoft will be the biggest beneficiary of that demand. The company also continues to grow through gaming, cybersecurity, and data infrastructure. Their recurring revenue model is one of the strongest on Earth, and their balance sheet remains extremely healthy. What makes Microsoft so attractive before 2026 is the predictable nature of its growth. This is a company that will continue to benefit from AI, cloud expansion, enterprise spending, and software renewals. It's the definition of long-term stability mixed with powerful upside potential. The fifth stock investors should seriously consider buying heavy before 2026 is Broadcom. Broadcom is not discussed as much as Nvidia or Microsoft, but it is one of the most profitable semiconductor companies in the world. They supply essential chips and infrastructure used in data centers, networking systems, telecommunications, and AI hardware. Broadcom benefits from long-term contracts, high switching costs, and a diversified product lineup that keeps demand stable even during market volatility. Their acquisition of VMware has opened up a massive new segment for software revenue. The combined hardware and software ecosystem makes Broadcom one of the most powerful infrastructure providers in the entire tech world. What sets Broadcom apart is its predictable, recurring revenue and incredibly strong cash flow generation. They continue raising dividends, buying back shares, and expanding margins. As AI workloads grow, as cloud computing expands, and as enterprises modernize their networks, Broadcom is positioned to capture enormous value. By 2026, AI-driven infrastructure spending will be far larger than today, and Broadcom will be one of the main suppliers enabling that growth. This is a quiet giant with huge long-term potential. Now let's zoom out and talk about why these 5 stocks, as a group, are such powerful buys before 2026. First, all 5 companies are positioned directly inside the biggest technological transformation of our time: artificial intelligence. Nvidia powers the chips, Microsoft and Amazon run the cloud infrastructure, Meta builds the AI-driven platforms and ecosystems, and Broadcom supplies critical networking, chip, and data center components. These companies aren't riding the AI wave, they are creating it. Second, each company is financially strong. They all generate billions in free cash flow, have strong balance sheets, and have a history of reinvesting profits efficiently. Third, these companies are leaders, not followers. Their competitive advantages are massive, their products are sticky, and their customers rely heavily on their ecosystems. Finally, the demand for AI, cloud, data processing, and digital services is compounding each year. By 2026, the world's dependence on these technologies will be even greater, and these companies will be larger, more profitable, and more essential. But let's talk about strategy. When I say, buy heavy, I don't mean put everything into one stock or ignore diversification. What I mean is that these are high conviction, long-term investments that deserve serious consideration in a well-built portfolio. If you dollar-cost average into these companies, buying quarterly or monthly, you're positioning yourself to take advantage of market volatility while building long-term wealth. These are the kinds of stocks you hold for years, not months. They're not hype. They're not meme plays. They're real companies with real revenue, real profits, and real dominance in global markets. And in my opinion, they still have a lot of room to grow. Before we wrap up, let's talk about timing. A lot of people are afraid to invest because they're waiting for a perfect entry point. But here's the truth: perfect timing almost never exists. What matters is buying quality companies and holding them long enough to let them work for you. Buying heavy before 2026 doesn't mean you must go all in at once. It means start building your positions now, while these companies are early in their next growth cycles. The world is transforming faster than ever, and these 5 companies are leading that transformation. Missing out on long-term compounding because of short-term hesitation is one of the biggest mistakes new investors make. So if you're focused on long-term growth, stability, and future-proof sectors, these 5 stocks, Nvidia, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, and Broadcom, are absolutely worth researching and adding to your portfolio before January 1, 2026. And that wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching Stock Predictor. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful investment video. Drop a comment telling me which of these stocks you're most bullish on heading into 2026. I read every comment and love seeing your insights. Until next time, invest smart, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.